To have a child in order to bind another person to oneself. To do it quickly through manipulation in order to gain control over them. And then drop the mask of a good person and reveal one's predatory nature. To use the soul of a child for that purpose. The soul world doesn't respond to that gently. The trajectory of a soul cannot be changed. And when we derail from the soul's path, from the agreement we made before descending to the earth, the more we drift away, the more fiercely the spirit will take us back to the path we are meant to walk. That's why pain and loss appear, to stop us from escaping our connection, from seeking distractions outside of us, using a child's soul in order to maintain a relationship that was only meant as a temporary lesson never goes without consequence. The energetic balancing might take years, but it always arrives at the moment of greatest impact. Not the fastest, but the most powerful one, when the returning energy has gathered enough momentum to swing back. Some people have a child in order not to lose a partner who gives them social recognition and status, because they are popular, well liked, and so on. Out of fear of losing that image, they rush into having a child with someone at hand, pretending it's the partner's child. How does spirit respond? To the one who used the child as a tool of ego, spirit does not grant a long life. That person ends up poor, sick, abandoned, forgotten, on the margins of society, the exact opposite of what their ego craved. They wanted admiration, validation, and control, but by manipulating life itself, they lose everything. And what about the person who knew the child was not his, but stayed silent to avoid the lies and harm he caused in other relationships? To hide inside a fake fairy tale instead of walking the path of truth and growth his soul had signed up for. That brings the tower moment. The collapse of everything built on false foundation. The loss of community support when the truth comes out. When family members, siblings, aunts, grandparents realize the child isn't theirs. They begin to question everything this man ever said or did. It's unbelievable how far people can go with lies, even pretending to be a father, marrying a woman who deceived him just to maintain a facade of perfection. Terrified every day that the truth might come out, he would rather live in fear than admit that my partner, whose appalling behavior I defended, cheated on me and used me for money and status, as you all told me, and trapped me with a child that isn't mine. Instead of facing his poor choices, he protects the illusion of a perfect relationship, yet again creating another lie. Bringing a new soul into existence just to torture an ex-partner. That's not without consequence either. No one can sweep destinies long term. A woman who's forcefully trying to take another woman's destined place by forcing a child into the world and pretending it belongs to a man who was destined to be with someone else. Her soul will lose 100 times more than what she thought she gained by taking what was not hers. And Spirit asks the man, "What have you done with the woman I sent you? The one who carried everything you ever desired? You threw her away? Said she wasn't good enough? You chose someone who doesn't want your growth? Your highest potential? Your genuine joy, health, and abundance?" Spirit does not take this lightly. It mirrors the choice powerfully through chaos, collapse, and loss, until he stands alone with less than he had before. Because he showed that he cannot hold what was sacredly given to him. It was too heavy for him. He dropped it. And what about the child? That soul chose this path. A difficult one. Even at birth, the child hesitates to come into this world, sensing what awaits it. But after the storms in the family, second chance may appear, perhaps through a new family, biological father, or other caregivers who can give to the child the energy and love it deserves instead of neglect and exploitation. This is an archetypal story, one of many a soul can choose to experience. And I know many of you are living through some version of it. May this bring you clarity and peace.